everybody, and welcome back to our podcast. It is your hosts, Steffi
and Julie, huh?
and
Where's my hand?
together,
Here.
and together we're derps'nburps. This is episode 75, as I already said. The topic is why Kick.com is not the future of live streaming. A really controversial topic. If you have not seen in the last weeks, a lot of really big creators signed non-exclusive deals with Kick.com, the new under quotation mark new streaming platform that is trying to take down or be a competitor to Twitch. And we're going to be talking about everything you should know about the deals, about the platform, why it might not be as good as it looks, what the issues are, because we only hear all the positive sides about why Kick is better than Twitch and why everybody should switch, and so on and so on. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the negative sides of Twitch, of Kick.com, not Twitch, that maybe not everybody sees, and how it works, that a platform like this can offer a creator like XQC. I cannot talk for today. I already said to Steffi, I'm fucking burned out. I had my mom over for a week. Anyway, we're going to talk about how the platform Kick.com can afford to buy out a creator from Twitch with $100 million deal. That's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get into our topics, as per usual, we will update you on what's new in our lives, our listener of the week, and then we're going to get right into the topic. So, Steffi, what's up?
Sorry, my mom just called. I just wanted to tell her I can't right now. So
don't worry about it.
So what's new? I don't know. It's pretty silent at the moment. It's getting fucking hot. So I want to go swim a lot. We had like 26 degrees yesterday. This week, or the past week, it was forecasted to like for 30, up to 30 degrees. So I'm like, I just want to go swim somewhere during the day. That's my main goal at the moment, because I don't want to sit inside. Beside that, I'm just working on stuff. I go for walkies. Our friends participated in the Grazathlon last weekend, and we were the Woo Girls, the hype buddies, right? Max was like
nice.
on the edge, like, oh, let's go, how you can do it.
Oh, how was in it? Nice.
Yes, how ran. Like basically all of the gamer friends that were at my party, like they had two groups, one for the 5-kilometer run and one for the 10-kilometer run. So what it basically is, it's a 10-kilometer run with obstacles or a 5-kilometer run with obstacles. And one of the first obstacles is a whole container of water. So you're dripping wet when you start the run, which is
oh my god,
tough as fuck. Yeah, but it's super funny to watch. It's super funny to like see people's ideas, what they do. One was at like one was in a costume, like the shit emoji, the poop emoji. Some people, like there was a group that went as Caesar and his followers and stuff like that. So people are just very creative with this.
Did your friends dress up as well, or
no? They just tried to finish the run.
Okay.
And there's like one of the hardest obstacles is the quarter pipe, which is basically a 90-degree pipe where you have to run up, and people on top, like who already made it, just help you get up. And I have quite some funny videos how most of the people just run like straight towards it because they're afraid of like running upwards a little bit and then jumping to get their helping arms, right? So you just see people running towards the fucking quarter pipe. It's so hilarious to watch.
My god.
and then they just like slip down. Beside that, I'm excited for the Demon Slayer finale. It is set to be 70 minutes, so I'm very excited. Ben and I need to find a date where we watch, because we always like wait for 3 to 4 weeks to catch up to have more episodes to watch. So it's not only 20 minutes a week, and super frustrating. The other thing, I'm very addicted to TFT and the new set. It's kind of cool. I like it. Playing a lot on iPad. God's Pride Parade is coming up as well. I'm very excited for that.
When is it? Next week?
On the 1st of July.
Okay.
and I hope it's not getting too hot, like a normal weather. But yeah, probably gonna be
Gonna
hot,
be
especially in the city.
30 degrees plus everything on the concrete is gonna be horrible. Like everything,
Yep.
I think starting from this week is gonna be extremely hot.
Yep. That's the only thing. And then we played some Valorant games, right, Julia? But I think let's go to you because that's everything I have to say, and then we can
Okay,
talk about
okay.
Valorant with your news.
Your Valorant is already your motivation for Valorant, or is it going up? Because you ranked up yesterday, right? You ranked
Uh,
down and then you skipped the rank.
I'm pretty indifferent with Valorant, if I'm honest.
What does that mean?
Like, gleichgültig.
Oh, okay, okay.
This is my gleichgültig. I don't really care about my rank. When we play, I have fun, but beside that, I don't play.
Okay, okay, okay. I
Yeah.
see, I see. So yeah, for me, what's new for me? I'm pretty drained, as Steffi already noticed before the episode. That is because I had my mom over for a week, and we were like meeting all the people, and it was just like my social battery. I had to keep my former, like, I don't use it when I stream anymore, but do you know your work personality you have? Like
Mm-hmm.
from my old business job, my I'm always nice and always agreeing, and I was like, oh yeah, fantastic idea. Oh, don't worry about it. Like that kind of stuff. I had to do that for like a week because I was just
That
like,
is
after the
tough.
second, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just such a superficial relationship, and it drains every bit of life out of me whenever she's here. So kind of like it was
Sorry to
nice
hear that.
seeing her. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be rude or anything. It's just I gave up on trying to make it work. It is what it is, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's fine with what it is, and I'm still happy to see her. But it just, there's just nothing really there, and it just drains the life out of me. So this week I need to use to charge up my batteries, because next week is gonna be a lot. We're gonna update you in the next episode, obviously, what's gonna happen. So yeah, we played. I played a lot of Diablo. I'm still really, really into Diablo, really enjoying it. And also Valorant with you. And with Al, we played a lot. Then my obsession, as you know, I have Noah Sebastian, the singer of Bad Omens, behind me. I finally made it. They announced the EU tour, and I got tickets. It's only next year in January, so I have to wait for a long time. But I'm going together with Laura to Munich to their concert. It's a pretty small venue. I think they have only 4,000 or 5,000 people, and we
Okay.
were so sick, Laura and me. We got into the pre-sale for the fan club, and we actually managed to get the VIP tickets. So we have.
May I ask,
Yeah.
Julia, how much did you pay for, or how much is one VIP ticket for
It's
them?
actually pretty cheap. Like, I was surprised myself because we did a little bit of research. Because if you don't know what the VIP is, so the VIP tickets, they're really limited. There for every concert. I think it's always under 100 people. Might be even less because those concerts are so small. I know in America where they play the really huge venues, they have like between 50 and 80 people per VIP. But they have like, I don't know how many thousands of people there at the concerts. So I don't know how many tickets are there for the small venues that are in Europe. But yeah, when I checked online, they resell, because they're sold out that fast, right? They resell the NA VIP tickets for up to 1,600 euros a ticket. And the VIP ticket is basically, before the concert, you get to spend an hour with the band in like an area. Everybody gets a picture with whoever they want from the band. You get like the signature ski mask thingy, and you just get to hang out, ask them questions, talk to them, whatever, right? So Laura and me, we got the pre-sale fan club kind of thingy, and we actually managed to get it 1 minute after release. We straight got the VIP tickets. The only thing that was a little bit, yeah, Laura and me, we were well prepared. Like, the two of us were fucking nuts. So we were just waiting there, had everything prepared, and we got it. And The only thing that's stupid, when you buy a VIP ticket, you would guess that you get the concert tickets too, right? But you have to buy the concert ticket by itself. So once you buy
What
the
the
VIP
fuck?
ticket, you only get the meet and greet kind of thing, but not the concert.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but the VIP ticket wasn't expensive. I think it was with tax and everything, it's $80.
What? Okay, I would have bought that as well.
So
then. Okay, that's nothing.
I pay $80 so I could take a sniff of Noah Sebastian.
Yeah, $80 an hour is okay.
I pay $80 for an hour with Noah.
For a minute with him, even.
Yeah, let's see. But maybe I don't know. No. So yeah, and now I'm already planning. I want to surprise the boys, and I want to bring like gifts for each member of the band. So
with your socials in it.
Exactly, like with a little card with my phone number
in. You need to do this. You need to do it.
I will do it. Maybe, potentially. Good idea.
You have to.
I didn't even think about that. That's a fantastic idea.
You have to,
I'm gonna
Julia.
smuggle in a card with a picture of me so you know. And then, you know, I'm already like really obsessed, but now I'm doing a little bit of in-depth research on like all the hobbies and favorite things of the band members, and like most of them are really big weeps. And they actually just made an interview with Crunchyroll, which is really cool, where they were talking about their favorite anime and their favorite characters and stuff like that. So
I have my stickers. Let me get my stickers out for you. You're gonna give him some SenpaiHades.
I will. Oh, I could even bring him some merch for me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good idea. I'm gonna just bring fucking huge presents for everybody. So I'm hoping that with the presents I can
win his heart,
and he can realize that I'm his actual soulmate, and then our fanfiction can become true. So yeah, I'm meeting fucking Noah Sebastian and the rest of the band. Like honestly, they're all really cool dudes. Like I think they're all.
Don't be like this. No, you're there for Noah, Julia.
Listen, I'm there for Noah, but I think everybody from the band is really nice. I like them all. They're all really nice. But yeah, beside of my borderline obsession with Noah and me finally being able to illegally meet him. I have consent. I paid for it. Beside of that, I'm cat sitting this week again. My neighbor's cat again. I also found out that we have fucking bunnies here in the neighborhood, like field bunnies, huge ones. Then I started last week my CrossFit journey again, and I stood up earlier to get a monster out of my fridge, and I almost died. My hamstrings and my ass are fucking dead. I had to do a WOD yesterday where I have to do 150 squats and 150 alternating weighted snatches within 15 minutes. I thought I need to die. And I'm still dying today. I actually didn't manage to do the whole 150 because I'm a little bit out of shape when it comes to the conditioning. But yeah, I'm still like, I love CrossFit. It is such a love and hate relationship. Feels good to be back in it, to be honest.
Cool.
Especially during summer. Like I couldn't imagine being now in the gym when it's like 30 degrees and there's no AC, no nothing, and sweaty dudes.
You guys don't have AC?
I think in gyms they don't put on the AC because people, you know, they get, you know, those people are like, if I get a cold thingy in my neck, I'm getting sick. That kind of stuff.
We have AC here.
In the gym? Really? I'm not sure.
I asked Ben because I was wondering as well, and he said, yeah, it's super cool down. It's perfect for training or working out.
I mean, to be honest, I haven't gone since 2 weeks, but like in our gym since 2 weeks I'm working out at home again. But yeah, when I was, there was no AC. They didn't even open a window. Like it was just like really, like, how do you say it, like the air was like standing, like it was really humid. Yeah, it was humid, sticky. the high humidity. It was really disgusting. So I'm just happy to be able to work out in my basement. Also, maybe you're wondering why we talk about how it's 30 degrees and I'm sitting here in a sweater. Actually, outside it's piping hot, but I'm down here in my basement. And the weird thing is, like, outside I'm so hot, and then go downstairs, and then I'm a little bit too cold, so I have to wear a sweater. Yeah,
Pretty
and
warm here.
beside of that, next week, Steffi and me are going to visit High Tech, and I'm gonna get my new PC. I'm really excited to get it, and we're gonna even be building it together on stream, which is gonna be pretty cool. So you can see Steffi and me trying to not fuck up, hopefully. But yeah, that was also the news part for me. So Steffi, maybe we can go into the listener of the week. Who is it?
It's finally Fallen, and he commented under
Mark.
episode 65, the 5 love languages. And Mark says, I actually knew about the love languages, but it's been years since I have taken this test once, and I kind of forgot about it. It's a nice episode. Also, I don't think my results really changed. Here it is. His one, like he has quality time and physical touch. It's like even with 37% and 30%. And the next one for Mark is words of affirmation. Everything else, acts of service and receiving gifts, is below 10%. So not really a big deal for him at all.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Mark. And we're happy to give you a little reminder.
Do you think, I have a question now, Julia. I know 3 guys with quality time as main love language.
I know
That's
what you're gonna
like,
ask.
Yeah, guys
Nathan
are
also has quality time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Nathan, Mux, and Mark, for example, now. There's a lot of guys with quality where quality time
I know more people. For example, the physio, like the boyfriend of Miriam. I think I remember that for him, it's also in his top 2 is also quality time. Like Nathan, it's acts of service and quality time, but like most men that I know have quality time. So I do think there might be a tendency, that they're just like, might be. But I don't want to say wrong things and then get canceled for saying all men have quality time. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
There's only 2 genders.
Oh my god. Burn them down. Careful. By the way, guys, I have a Pride Month water bottle. Just want to say don't stand with Steffi on this. Please don't cancel me. I'm kidding. We're obviously messing around, guys. Don't you worry about it. We love everybody that is not an asshole, and you can love whoever the fuck you want, and you can call yourself whatever you want, or be labeled however you want. Anyway, topic today. In case you haven't heard it in the beginning of the episode 75, why Kick.com is not the future of live streaming. It is our topic today. I can still not talk. So, should I make a little bit of...
You gotta talk a lot now, because you give me the deets and I just spit in the thoughts.
Okay, guys, so how this is gonna work, I did the research for today's episode, and I didn't share it with Steffi because basically I did a lot of reading, and I watched in-depth video about the whole topic, which is not called the same. It's basically just a video of Devin Nash where he gives his point of view to the whole kick XQC move, yada yada yada. Really interesting, really good video. So if you want to first of all see somebody that has actual insider knowledge on this whole thing, we're gonna link it down below in the info box as well. You can watch the whole video of Devin Nash. I watched it, I read some articles online, yada yada yada, and I'm basically gonna explain the point of view that I created with the information that I found online. I didn't share everything with Steffi yet because it would have just taken like an hour to explain her everything, and then we would have to talk about it again on the podcast. So it's like, Steffi, you gotta listen on the podcast. I'm gonna explain you everything that I read. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna spit some facts or things that I think that are facts, or some thoughts that I sponged up from other people on the internet, and I'm gonna bounce it off Steffi. So first of all, what is Kick.com? So for people,
Let me lean back.
let me lean back. Okay, Steffi, open your ear holes.
I listen.
Perfect. So what is Kick.com? In case you don't know what Kick.com is a pretty new-ish streaming platform that is a competitor to Twitch. It is roughly a year old, or not even a year old yet. It's pretty well known through the face of it, which is more or less Trainwrecks, right? He's the one that advertises it a lot. It is a streaming platform that is unlike Twitch. So Twitch is based in California, so everything will run under the American law, which later on this journey is going to be an important fact. And Kick.com is, from what I read, based in Australia and backed from Saudi Arabian people. So what do we know? Weird law situation, lots of money, and also the people from Stake are behind. So gambling. So Australia, Saudi Arabian people, and gambling. The first thing for me that I didn't really read about online, but one thing that kind of confuses me, because everything that is Saudi Arabian, usually they do not want to have anything to do with gambling.
Okay.
Because of, religion, all of that kind of stuff. So from what I know, gambling is also prohibited in the Emirates.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure. So I'm a little bit confused personally, now that I think about it, how that works out, that the Saudis are sponsoring a platform that is also intertwined with Stake, which is a gambling website, right?
Yeah.
So that part is a little bit confusing. If anybody from our listener knows how or why that is and how that works, please enlighten me, because I do not know. So Kick.com, if you haven't seen it, they signed two of the biggest creators from Twitch, which is XQC and Amouranth. And if you're not living under a rock, probably in the last few weeks, you see a million articles. You saw it on the news. You saw it even in the newspaper, that XQC allegedly got a deal of $100 million, which is basically one of the biggest deals ever made on like a social media / public base. There's even people in professional sports that have never gotten such high contracts, right, for what they are doing. So yeah, Steffi, please.
Let me throw something in.
Yeah, sure.
See, you know what's so absurd about this? Like, Ben and I talked about this yesterday on our walkie as well, because I told him about the whole situation. I was like, you know what? If he just gave me $1 million, I'd be done for my life. Like, he got $100 million.
You think you could live for the rest of your life with 1 million?
Julia, think of 1 million, what you can do with the money beside like using it for real estate or whatever it is. But even if it's just 750,000 you have in your life, you know what I mean? That is so incredibly much, like so much money. And he has 100 million. This is like, you can't even count how much money this person has.
Yeah.
Besides what he already made.
But 1 million, Steffi, is gone so fast.
Oh my God, Julia, you're pathetic.
No,
Be grateful. You don't want 1 million?
I take 1 million, but if you get 1 million, you have to pay taxes.
I'd be done. Of course.
Listen, if I get 1 million, in the end,
that's what you get.
Steffi, we live in Austria. You have to pay social insurance. True. You have to pay taxes. So in the end, you're probably left with something between 500 and 600,000 after tax.
I'm fine with that. Okay.
But then again, 500 to 600,000. What are you gonna? Do you know how fast that's gonna be gone?
I'm telling you, normal people earn 30K a year.
Of course, but Steffi,
you know what I mean?
There's a difference between
didn't even earn that a
having
year.
that money or not. Once you have a certain amount of money, your spending habits gonna be a little bit different. And now let's say you buy like a car, maybe you renovate a house, or you even buy, if you let's say you don't have a house, you get 500,000, you buy a house and you're gone, your money is gone.
Yeah, that's not the point. The point I was making there is just just think of XQC giving you 1 million. It wouldn't hurt him at all, and
Oh yeah,
it
of
would
course
help.
not.
So,
Of course
like
not.
it's crazy how much money it is. That's what
Yeah,
that's what I
100%.
want to say.
To feather how much
Insane.
money that is, I think for a normal person it is not.
Insane.
You cannot imagine that. Like 100 million is a crazy amount of money. All I'm saying, if somebody says I give you $1 million, it sounds good, but in the end you have to pay taxes. Half of it is
course.
gone. You have
always
half
have
a
to.
million left, and as a normal person, you most likely cannot afford housing or an own flat by yourself. So you're just gonna buy an apartment or a house, and then the biggest part of the money is gone already. And then
So it's a lot of money.
you gotta have the money to afford to keep that house or that apartment.
Yeah.
So
But still, it's a lot of money. You
our
can do a lot with
like
that.
I just saw yesterday a video also where somebody was comparing there's like a key that you can calculate how much, let's say, the money you earned in 1920 would be with inflation and everything, how much that would be in 2023, right? And there was a guy that compared how much money that people got in the Great Depression compared to now, how much money that would be now. And basically he said that the state we are in now and how much we're earning and how bad our times is and how expensive everything is, this is 3 times or 4 times as bad as the Great Depression was.
Holy shit.
In the 1920s and 1930s.
That is very alarming, not gonna lie.
So yeah, just keep that in mind of how fucked up the Giga Depression right now is. Exactly. So yeah, but again, it was just a video I saw on the internet. But to come back to this deal, so now that we put ourselves in the right mindset to actually imagine how much 100 million is, we don't even know how much Amouranth got, right? So in the video, if you're interested, again, of Devin Nash, he makes a whole calculation and kind of dissects the whole contract, how he believes it's built. So basically, also if you read most of the articles, the thing is, he what allegedly XQC got is a deal of 70 million guaranteed and 30 million incentives. So the incentives is not 100% sure what it is. It probably includes something like events or something he has to do, sponsored streams, potentially gambling streams, again with stake or something like that. So those 30 millions are not guaranteed. They're just depending on what he has to do. Yeah, so poor guy only gets a rough 70 million. And the way that he dissected it is basically based on how many hours he streamed, how many subscribers he used to have on Twitch and stuff like that. The contract, by the way, is for 2 million and it's non-exclusive. 2 years. What did I say? 2 months?
Yeah, 2 million.
Sorry, 2 million. A 70 million deal for 2 years, basically. And it's non-exclusive. We're going to talk about the non-exclusive part a little bit later. But basically, the way he dissected it is that the 70 million is roughly the amount of money that Felix would be making on Twitch and stuff. And like the way he dissects it is that he will most likely, based on the contracts that other people got from Kick, is that they get paid hourly depending on how many hours they're streaming on the platform. And based on how many hours Felix has been streaming within the last year on Twitch, that would mean that with that contract, Felix has a contract where he allegedly earns $10,000 per hour streamed on Kick. So just imagine that. Imagine that you get $10,000 per hour streamed. That is crazy. So yeah, but to have that a little bit dissected, and now let's think a little bit about why would a platform like Kick, that is obviously not really making any money yet because they don't even have ads or anything on there yet. They have a split for creators, in case you don't know. They have a 95-5 split, so 95% of the subscriber money goes to the creator itself, 5% goes to the platform. Now the big question is, how can Kick afford that and can think that that is going to be beneficial to them? And allegedly also Felix has a contract where he gets 100% of his subscriber money. So now we're going to think about, okay, why would Kick spend 100 million on XQC if there's basically no way they make their money back, right? So what Kick did with this deal is, if you just have anything to do with gaming or maybe even not gaming, you see this deal popping up everywhere. It's in every newspaper. It's in the New York Times. It is, you just Google it, like every major news outlet is reporting on it. Every podcast is talking about it. That's why we're here today as well. So what they did is they created a huge amount of earned media. In case you don't know what earned media is, so it's basically exposure that you get through media that you didn't necessarily paid for it. So there's gonna be so much talking done about this topic that they basically made a huge sponsored deal. If you want, they just paid for a lot of exposure on social media and normal media as well. So that is their main goal of what they want to do. They want to put the platform on display. They want to put themselves on the map. They want to make themselves known. Because if you think about it, I think it was Devin Nash as well that brought up that example. So some professional basketball player is going to read in the New York Times that some kid on the internet that plays video games got $100 million deal, and the next time he's going to meet up with his team, he was going to be like, dude, how can it be that a video gamer gets a better buyout deal than me on my professional basketball team? Like that those kind of things. So even normies gonna be talking about this. And that is what they essentially did with a move like this. They put themselves on the map. So the first thing that you think, wow, what a genius deal. Like what a genius move from them. Like, they're gonna get all the viewers of XQC. We're gonna have to keep in mind that XQC roughly alone brings around 2 to 3% of the entire viewer base to Twitch. So even if he's just one streamer that they technically took from Twitch, that is a huge thing for Twitch anyway. Like, think about 2 to 3% on a platform that it has, like, I think over 700,000 unique streams every single day. That is crazy that he makes up 3% of that. So it will hurt them for sure. But we have to talk about that this deal is non-exclusive. So on the contract that he signed, he is not exclusively bound to just stream on Kick. So he is still allowed to stream on Twitch as well. The only thing is, but that is based on a contract that you have with Twitch. So if you stream on Twitch as well, what they took out of the TOS or out of the contracts of affiliates and partners, you can now stream on other platforms. Doesn't matter if it's like YouTube or whatever it is, but you cannot multi-stream. So you cannot stream the same content at the same time to another platform. So what XQC is potentially going to do, he's going to start to stream on Twitch. He's going to be like, yada, yada, yada. Here we're having a lot of fun. And then after some hours, he's going to be like, okay, boys, we're turning the stream off on Twitch. If you want to continue watching, you come over and Kick. That's how he's going to do that. But that also means that he can stream wherever the fuck he wants. And if he just streams on Kick, he can potentially multi-stream at the same time on YouTube, which, especially for somebody like XQC that is also creating like content on YouTube, right? Can be double beneficial because he can get all the ad revenue from there as well. So now, that being said, that Kick put themselves on the map with what they did. What they also did is they got a lot of more eyes, risks, of more regulations on them. So obviously through this all huge exposure. If you look at Kick, and probably Steffi, you can agree with that as well. Maybe they're not doing it like 100% official, but one of the selling points to some streamers is, and also something that XQC said when he switched, he was like, oh yeah, boys, when we're switching to Kick, we can watch way more movies or shows or whatever. Because they don't really have really strict regulations or TOS that are as strict and well built as on Twitch. So there's not a lot of rules on the platform. And if you go on there and you scroll a little bit through it, you can see that it's like the Wild West. There's like, you can find everything on this platform. You can find people playing music that is copyrighted. They watch sports events. There was like a stream, I think, at the Super Bowl with like, I don't know, 40,000 viewers or something like that, of a guy just streaming the Super Bowl and making watch party with his people. There's obviously a sexually explicit content on there, illegal activities, and so on and so on. Now the thing is, before, Kick was so small and not really talked about that, I don't know, the feds or I don't know, big music labels and stuff were not aware of it potentially and didn't really go after that. But now, obviously, imagine being the feds, the American government, or being, I don't know, Universal Music or Disney, where you find out that that platform exists and that people are sharing your content there and technically monetizing it, right? And you're not getting any share of it. So what's going to happen now is that potentially all of those big organizations are going to now go up to freaking Kick and be like, yo, that's not okay what you're doing. This is our content. This is, again, this copyright law. You're fucked. So the problem here is, as I said in the beginning, Kick is based in Australia, backed with Saudi Arabians, and so on and so on. So the platform is not under American law. So the good thing about Twitch is that when you stream on Twitch, there's the platform that is between the creator and the person that comes up to the platform and be like, hey, Twitch, yo, why is there somebody using copyrighted music, right? So what is happening is that on Twitch, the big companies are going directly to Twitch, and Twitch is more or less protecting you. And if you're breaking copyright laws, you're getting banned. The thing is, with Kick, they don't really have those regulations. They are not really touchable for most of the feds because they're based in Australia. And so what's going to happen potentially is that those people gonna go after the streamers, and they do not, like, if you stream on Twitch, they don't have the instance of Twitch in between them to protect them. So what could happen is that if Felix decides to, I don't know, watch a Disney movie on stream, just as an example, that Disney could go after him. Or if he does some illegal gambling or whatever it is, he doesn't have Twitch behind him, and then the feds could go after him.
I just have a question, because that was the thing as well. I'm not sure what outweighs it then, because in some, and it was the same with, for example, consuming marijuana on Twitch. It depends. I'm not sure if they changed it already. That's why I'm asking right now. Because if you remember Jeffree Star's streams, he was smoking dope all the time on stream. Because it was also legal. Yeah, it was legal in their country. So my question now is, what law interferes then? Is it the law of my country? If it's like smoking weed is legal in Austria, if it is legal in Austria,
would be, yeah.
It's not at the moment. And if I smoke weed here on Twitch, is the Twitch rules outweighing my law?
So how
or is it not?
So from my understanding, like, I'm not 100% sure about that, but from my understanding, how it works on Twitch is that the law that is the law in the country that you are at the moment where you're live streaming is the one that binds you.
Okay.
So I know that for smoking weed, that's how it works. I don't know how it is with other things, but smoking weed, for a fact, you can smoke weed on stream if it's legal in the state or country that you are in. That is how the TOS is. But on Kick, they don't have regulations for that kind of stuff, and that's the exact
but you
problem.
would have with your country, no? Because
oh yeah,
on
then
Twitch as
then
well with
technically,
Russia.
yeah, okay.
for example, in Russia, there was no, so far, like as far as I know, there was no law with about you're not allowed to watch movies on Twitch. So what they did, that's why they also didn't get banned most of the times, because there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a law existing in Russia that you're not allowed to do this. I think it
Okay.
was Russia. Not sure, but that's why you saw, or why you probably saw some streamers watching Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, and they didn't really get banned for it because there was no rule in their country for
Mm.
it.
I think there's
So
something in the TOS of Twitch now that you can't do that though on the platform
yeah,
anymore,
yeah,
because
yeah.
they protect themselves as a platform as well.
Yeah, and
Obviously.
that's why I asked which one is like
Yeah, exactly.
outweighing
I mean,
which law. Then it's kind of confusing,
again, that's
honestly.
a really confusing topic, and I'm obviously
Yeah.
not a lawyer and not that deep into that kind of thing that I can answer you all of that questions. But those are exactly the questions that Kick has to be thinking about. Like,
Mm,
what if there's a, let's say, a Russian guy watching a Disney movie on the platform?
yeah.
Who is gonna be the person that's gonna be responsible? Is it gonna be the streamer? Is it gonna be us as a platform? And that is exactly those kind of things that went from 0 to 100 now from Kick, with all of the
Mm,
exposure they get. Like, not only the new people that being brought on by XQC, but also the exposure that they got through media, right? All the new eyes that
mm,
are looking on them. Also, they gonna have to enforce new rules pretty soon if they want to keep on running the services. So what I think what's gonna happen is that their rules gonna be just as strict, more or less, in if they want to keep existing, you know what I mean, to Twitch.
mm,
And what does that mean? Like, they're gonna have to do so much onboarding on the platform. Like, they're gonna
mm.
have to hire so many new people. They're gonna have to enforce their bans. Like, from what I heard and read online, is that they hardly ban people, and if they ban people for 24 hours. So they're gonna
Yeah.
have to somehow implement something that people gonna get banned for doing something that's against copyright, or something that is against TOS, when people are watching stuff, pornographic content. I mean, we don't have to talk about how bad it was, and sometimes still is, on Twitch, with the whole topic of, like, I don't know, hot tub streaming. Which bikini is big enough, which is not? Why is this person being allowed to watch this, wear see-through net top where you can see nipples, those kind of things. Like, those are exactly the things that they're gonna have to think about it. And the good thing on a quotation mark on Twitch is that you have the platform in between you and the people that have the copyright. So the worst thing, if you're lucky, is that you're gonna get banned on Twitch, right? But on Kick, again, if you're unlucky and the Fats or whoever cannot reach Kick, then they're gonna go after the streamer. And maybe as like a small or medium streamer, that's not gonna be a big issue. But for somebody like Felix or XQC, if he's gonna do some bullshit on stream that is against the law, or he doesn't have the right to do so, he will potentially not have the protection that he had on Twitch for doing those kind of things. And that's something that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out in the future, right? And then another thing is, which Devin was talking about. So if you don't know, Devin also has his own agency where he is working for other creators, and basically doesn't do anything else than negotiating deals between platforms, creators, and brands that wants to sponsor them. What he says, at the moment, it is that bad that no brand, not even the ones that are happy with working with people that are, on a quotation mark, brand risks, right? Nobody wants to touch anybody that streams on Kick, because all of the stuff that is going on Kick that is illegal, nobody wants to take the risk to sponsor somebody there. So even though if you're maybe somebody that doesn't do anything wrong, that the website itself has such a bad stigmata
Reputation.
or reputation,
Mm.
because there is not enough regulation, that
Yeah.
it's gonna be very hard to get any sponsors beside of the gambling stuff that is going on there, right? So obviously, if you're sponsored by Stake there, then it doesn't really matter, right? But beside of that, if you want to get your normal under quotation mark brands, it's gonna be way harder for you if you go there. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really interesting, I think, to see with all of the extra attention that they get, what the change is gonna be that Kick is gonna have to make. You know, do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't care if they succeed or not. I just want a platform that is kind of a competitor to Twitch, because
Of
I
course.
don't want them to be uh, the monopole of everything. And that's the exact reason why they don't care, didn't care for so long about a lot of things on their platform. So I just want them to get an actual wake up call.
Yeah.
So they start like doing more towards their creators or for their
Yeah.
creators as well. That's the only thing I want to see with things like this happening, no matter which platform succeeds or if there's one that will succeed in the future. I just don't see why, or I don't really understand why Twitch is such a monopole with this, because the platform it's basically just because it's the OG. And that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have anything super outstanding or super
I mean, they have
convenient.
they have the infrastructure.
They have the
They have the
infrastructure.
rules. They're protecting. Like, I think that is something, as sorry to interrupt you, as creators, that we sometimes don't, or we take for granted, that we are protected by Twitch, if that makes sense. Like, if we make a big mistake as a creator, there's like a 3-strike system. Like, if I play, you know, copyrighted music and Universal comes after me or like reports it on Twitch, Twitch is buffering that for me. Like, I'm not the one getting sued. It is like,
Nah, but what you usually have here is you get one email of them telling you, please don't do this anymore.
exactly.
And if you keep doing it. So you
Exactly,
don't get
but
sued
that
right
is-
away. But
but
yeah, you
that's what
get
I'm
like
saying.
that's the buffer.
I'm not getting sued because I have that buffer. If there
Yeah.
wouldn't be the infrastructure from Twitch and they would come after me personally, you know, that would be like a whole different topic then.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You first
yeah.
get a warning, and then
Oh,
if you
no.
you
If
decide
the
to
buffer
ignore it,
is not, if the buffer is not in between it, I don't get a warning. I just get sued by Warner Music. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
usually how it was with at least graphic design stuff, if people steal your stuff, and in general with the internet, you just first of all you try to reach out to the person, you tell them, please take this down. If you don't
Yeah,
take
but
this
do you
down,
think that Disney
we
gives
take
a fuck?
actual. Yeah, Disney is another thing, but who would, like, are we watching Disney? We don't watch Disney stuff anyways. We do not stream
They
any
do
streaming
not have
platforms
to.
anyways.
They do not have to do that.
Or what do you
Like,
mean?
they don't have to give you a warning before. That's usually not how it works in real life. Yeah, like exactly.
But
like
we don't do
like for
this
example
anyways.
with Nintendo, the same shit. Like, if you do anything with Nintendo, you're gone. You get the letter from the fucking lawyer.
Yeah, but
no
Nintendo is a different level. They're crazy when it comes to that.
That's exactly what I mean. Like, we do not have to worry about that kind of stuff on a platform like Twitch, because they're so well organized in the infrastructure that they created. And the same with YouTube, for example. And that is something that is just not there for Kick yet, right? So, and then if the people cannot grasp the people because the company is based in Australia, whatever, and then they start going after the creator itself because they just cannot take a hold of the company, then you're gonna be the one responsible, and then you're gonna have to take care of that kind of stuff. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, like what you already said, what does that mean for Twitch? Like, I think you said it very well. Like, I personally, I also really don't care if anybody like moves to Kick. I think it's a really good thing to have healthy competition and maybe push a platform like Twitch that has a monopoly like this to make changes and overthink certain moves that they make. So what does that mean? In the past, the market share of every other streaming platform combined, so that's like YouTube, Facebook, that is, back then it was Mixer and stuff, all of them combined never made over 10% of the whole market share of live streaming compared to Twitch. So Twitch obviously still has a huge monopoly. So if Kick manages to grow their market share further and further, obviously it's going to put some pressure on Twitch to first of all make changes that are more more attractive to not only the viewers but also to the creators, because why would creators stay on a platform then if they can get the same or even better deals on Kick? So that's obviously a very, very good thing to have as a creator, as a viewer, when platforms try to push or one up each other. So it can also be a very beneficial thing. So I'm really interested to see how it's gonna go. It's also interesting that around the same time that happens, Twitch came out with the news with the 70-30 split, that they offer on a really specific conditions. In case you didn't see it, that they offer partnered streamers if they reach a certain amount of subscribers per month. Like, what is it?
500, I think. It was 500 subs.
Wasn't it like 300 something?
Twitch 70-30. I'll Google it.
Please, thank you. I think you have to have...
To reach 350 recurring subscribers.
Okay, yeah. 350 recurring subscribers over 3 consecutive months, I think it is.
Then subscriber count must be maintained consistently over the 350 mark for 3
months. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So then you would get, instead of a 50-50 split, you would get the 70-30 split. The thing about that is, first of all, as you already said, it needs to be reoccurring normal subs. There's not counted in gifted subs or prime subs. So to reach 350 subs alone is already a lot. So it's nothing for like small streamers. So for that's probably really targeted for the medium to higher region of streamers. And then again, even without the gifted subs, it's something that is really hard to reach. The thing, obviously, like it's a good first step that more people can get that, but also it's a very hard and high goal to reach, right? So for example, I would not be able to reach that at all by myself, as a example. But the thing is also that a 70-30 split, if they would want to make it for everybody, it's something that is just not sustainable for Twitch, because the way that Twitch is making money is through ad revenue, right? They play ads on your stream. You get a part, they get a part, and the platform cannot be sustained if everybody would get a 70-30 split. Now you might be wondering, okay, why can a platform like Twitch not sustain a 70-30 split for everybody on the platform, but why can Kick then do a 95-5%, right? While they don't even run ads yet, because they don't even have people that want to run ads on a platform that is not regulated, right? That is purely because of the, I think Devinesh calls it the LTVC, which is the lifetime value of a customer. Which is basically when you have a customer on a website, you estimate how much money that customer is gonna spend on the platform during the lifetime they have on the platform itself. And obviously, as a Twitch viewer, you're gonna spend money through subscribing to people or gifting subs and watching ads, right? So this is a really limited niche, right? So there's not that much money that's being made on that. The thing is, though, Kick, since they're like paired with Stake and they have a lot of gambling going on, so potentially what they're aiming for is that their viewers are gonna be all customers that gonna be introduced to gambling, right? If you look at like Aiden Ross is gambling on there, XQC is gambling on there, Amouranth is, I don't know if she's gonna be gambling. Honestly, I don't really watch her content enough to know if she's gonna do that as well. But how Kick sees it, they technically don't really need to run any ads, because what they're gonna do, they're gonna introduce you to gambling, and a customer that's gambling, that's a potential customer and spends thousands and thousands of euros over, or dollars, over a lifetime of gambling. So for them, the LTVC of each viewer is way higher than one on Twitch, right? Because they see you as a customer of a gambling website. So that is their end goal, to make you gamble. That's why they're partnered with Stake. That's how they want to potentially be able to afford the platform. And that, if you think about as a creator, like I personally, I'm not sure if I would want to create my content on the back of gambling addicts, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So I don't know if it's the right thing. So the conclusion that we can pull out of this. So what was the motivation of Kick signing XQC and Amouranth? It was mostly the earned media exposure that they get, right? Like all the exposure, all the news outlets reporting on them, putting them on the map, giving them way, way, way more exposure within like a split second of announcing that deal. And another thing that's going to be really interesting to see, like in the beginning, it was on Kick, it was mostly just train wrecks, and it was Destiny, I don't know if you know him, he got banned on Twitch. And after he got permanently banned on Twitch, he moved also to Kick. The thing is, there's also Aiden Ross now. I think he also got banned on Twitch, right?
No
or did
clue.
he move like? I'm not sure if he got banned or not.
I'm not sure either.
So anyway, it was this three, and now with XQC and Amouranth joining them, what's gonna happen is that there's gonna be a networking effect. So since there's more and more big creators going there's gonna be more chances to interacting with each other, to having networking happening, and so on, and potentially also more people that are in the same network as them, maybe joining them as well. Like, how many tweets did you see alone on the day where it got announced of XQC getting the $100 million deal? I saw, what was it, Asmongold tweeting like, hey, Kick, and stuff like that. Like, all the big creators. And you can only imagine how many, like, talent agencies and stuff are right now reaching out to Kick and being like, hey, can we get a similar deal for not XQC,
whoever.
ABC, whatever, whoever creator. So just the attention they're getting, and how many offers and how many more people are potentially now willing to stream on the platform is definitely worth for them. Again, if it's worth long time, is something that we're gonna have to watch for the next months and years to see how they grow and how big their market share is going to be compared to Twitch. But yeah, it's the crazy time to be alive, and I'm really interested in seeing what kind of rules are going to be enforced. Also, the whole thing with onboarding when it comes to the financial side. You have to think.
I hope they're gonna be smart about it. Like, I hope they can make it. I hope for them that
potential.
they can make it.
I hope for everybody that they can make it. Like, even if, for example, for me, it would be not an option to go there. Even if
Julia, everyone has a price. Come on, girl.
If they give me 100 million, of course I would go. But that is I'm too small of a creator to get that offer.
But to be fair, when I created my account, I just saved my name back then when it was a thing, right? Last year. And then I texted you, I think, that your name was taken. So now that I think of it, they either reserved it in case you want to swap, or someone was a dick and did a dick move and yoinked your name, because it was Miss underline Rage or MissRage, both was taken. I saw that.
I'm guessing there's just like a bunch of people with bots getting the names, and then they wait for you to message them to buy out the names. That's usually how it works with those kind of things. They make that they do that on multiple platforms. But again, I think no matter what, Kick potentially succeeding would benefit everybody, no matter if you are streaming on Twitch or on Kick or on YouTube or whatever, because a new competitor pushes to make platforms better for both the creator and the viewer, right? So
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
excited to see what's gonna happen. What change is gonna be made if they
Mm-hmm.
can fix the infrastructure of Kick, if they can sort out the bad weeds, if that makes sense, right? If they can enforce rules, if they will enforce rules, because it's also like a little bit of the selling point they have. Like, look at us, we don't
Yep.
have the fucking strict rules like on Twitch. We have it way cooler here. Come over. You
Yep.
can watch
Yep.
movies here. So I'm interested once you see those kind of things change, what that's gonna do, to the
Yep.
whole community on there already.
Exactly.
And also, you
So,
gotta think about if you go on Kick, you're gonna be thrown in the same pot as somebody like Aiden Ross. And as Steffi already said, if that is gonna be the platform for Zoomers, we're all here for it. Take
that's
the
what I said
Zoomers.
off podcast, guys. This platform, as of now, is the Zoomer platform with
Yeah.
ADHD content, just 50 things happening at once in one stream. You watch porn, you watch Dragon Ball Z and Amouranth at the same time in one stream, plus you work out to it. So yeah, it's just if all the trash goes there, I'm fine with it as well.
Did you see, by the way, the first stream of Amouranth on the platform
Sleepover?
yesterday?
Of course I watched the Queen.
Where they did the shower stream with her two girlfriends.
I didn't see the shower stream. I just saw the bed.
It was her and two of her girlfriends showering live on stream.
Go damn.
Quality content is all I'm saying.
Go. To be fair,
The Queen
Kai
knows what
does
sells.
the same on Twitch.
Of
so
course he does. Of course he does. Wait, is he
It's
unbanned? He was
both is
banned, right?
fucking dumb. No clue. I
I
do
don't
not
know.
follow any of those. I
Listen,
cannot.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kai would get a deal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aiden is
I was-
perma banned, that I know, but I don't know if Kai is banned because I saw that Kai got banned on Twitch at some
See,
point, but I don't know
Make
if it was
someone
just
reach the highest sub goal in history, then ban him, punish
him.
him for that. Let him go.
I
Smart
mean,
move,
to be
Twitch.
fair, he does
What
so
did he
much
do even?
fucking bullshit on stream.
He
I don't
does,
know.
yeah.
What did he not do?
But yeah, that's the thing. That's the Zoomer content. That's what they want, and this is what I cannot work with. I do not want these people. So go to Kick, guys.
Yeah, let's get Kai a good deal there.
Yeah, Kick, get Kai a good deal, please.
Yeah, Kick, please take him from us. No, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying those people are bad persons or whatever, but it's just not the type of content that I personally.
They're not bad. They're just fucking annoying. That's it.
They're just tailoring to a different generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all grew up on 4chan. What do you expect?
Get a life, touch grass.
I don't think that's gonna help anymore. I think it's too late for that. But yeah, I think I hope that episode was interesting for you. Again, if you want to hear somebody that actually has a clue what they're talking about, talk about that. Devinesh's video is linked down below. I can also recommend him. He has really good takes on all of those kind of topics. He's the king when it comes to that. Big fan. Got a lot of respect for this person. We're gonna be back next week again, my friends. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate you guys. And we see you next week, potentially in Kick, if we get a $1 million deal.
Peace.
Bye.